Well, good morning, Guy Watson here, Koelreuteria Bonsai. Well, here's an example of what I mean, that things have gone a bit by the board while I've been recovering and from my hospitalisations and things. Bit of grass and weeds all over the place, and a lot of my trees are like that. So let me get it weeded, then we'll see what just a quick trim up of some of these branches at the top. I mean, this one here's needs chopping back because it's too long and straight and things like that. So I'll just do a bit of weeding, then we'll have a quick look at the few branches. Back in a minute. Well, that certainly made a difference to the look of the thing, and you can actually see the thickness of the trunk now at the base. Right, just going to cut off a couple of little branches there, leaving a bit to die back. Then I'll just cover the cuts with rubber solution, and then there's trees set for the winter then. And that one up there. I think that's about all I want to do. So we'll just put a bit of rubber solution on them. Should have done, put the rubber solution on while I was doing it, because I can't remember which one to cut now. And there we are. Right, that one will do for that then. Right, let's see what else I can find to have a go at. Well, hello again. One thing I've realised I forgot to mention in my last video, which I've just, well, part of this video, but the first bit of it, I didn't tell you what sort of tree it was. That was actually a Ginkgo Biloba, about 16 years old. Right, so this one is another one, a Koelreuteria, also known, I believe, as the Pride of India, because they come down with yellow cascades of flowers. This one hasn't yet, but here we go. I'm going to obviously do a bit of weeding, and then at the top here we've got 3 branches coming out there, so we've got to do a bit of pruning of branches up there. Anyway, I'll weed it and we'll get back to that. Okay, well that's just given it a weeding, very easy because it's been so wet down here, the weeds just came straight out when you give them a slight tug. Let's just show you what we've got up here, all in all. There's too much of a rumbungus up there. I think I know what I'm planning to do. Anyway, I'll bring you in close and we'll have a look at that top lot. Okay, so looking at this, we've got a branch down here coming out. We've got this branch here. We've got this branch up here, which we'll probably have to remove that. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting rid of this branch, just leaving this branch here and this one coming out at the front. We'll just end up with this one, and that. Take this back one out altogether, because I mean here I can prune this one back to an outward facing bud like that, but this one there aren't that many buds around, so we're going to take this one off. What I forgot to bring out was my rubber solution. I'll go and get that in a minute. Right, and as I said, this one is coming out straight above that, so we're going to remove that one. And I think that side is, well, this one could be, we'll let that one progress just for now. No, I won't. I want to chop it off there. Right, let me go and get my rubber solution, then I'll be back. Right, that didn't take long. Here we are then. Bit of solution up there. Make sure it's covered at this time of year. Then we come to these marks over here. And the big one there. Right, so there's the Koelreuteria all set up for the winter now. I hope it'll grow into a reasonable tree. Yes, I think that's looking nicer there. You've got these two out here, you've got this back one coming out here. Yes, I think there's enough movement in there. Just need something to appear down the trunk. Okay, so we'll just show you down there. yeah, that's virtually all of it in. Give you a quick spin around. That can go back on the bench now until next year. Right, and for the next one. Well, here's another one that's majorly overgrown. My Euonymus Alatus. It's a red-leafed one. I'm going to quickly pull these weeds out while I've got a chance. Then there's an awful lot of branches up here. I think there's too many branches up there. They need to be pulled back in a bit. So I'll do the weeding and we'll get back and have a look at the top knots. Right, back in a minute. Okay, well, after I've done all the weeding, I've noticed that there was a whole load of moss around the base of the tree, which I actually got off with a toothbrush. But it's revealed a lot of these trees' roots were growing into that moss. And rather than tackle this lot gung-ho, take a couple off, but I think what I'm going to have to do, it's got to be paid attention to when I repot it. I think the spring's going to have to be a job for that. But it can't have all this massive roots down here. Ridiculous. It is just a massive matted together roots. So I think I'm going to warm my hands up, do this in the spring when I repot it, and then we're going to have a look at the top. Right, I'll go warm my hands up first. Okay, well, I've been staring at this thing for long enough, and I've decided that the main thing is it's too cluttered in here. So I'm tempted to take this one right off, cut this side off totally, trim these right back down to the twigs here, and then seal them all up. And I've convinced myself that's the way to go. Big bold cuts here. Ever since I got this tree I knew there was a lot wrong with it. That should heal nicely. I want to take this one here off. And we want to cut these long bits off the top. This looks too long out here, long and straight, so cut that one back. This is major cutting. Now, it's a lot clearer now, isn't it? So, now let's have a look over here. Don't think we need to go below that one. So take that off. Then over here, we'll cut this up here. There. Ah, and this one here looks too long. We'll cut that one back. Oops. Right, well, that's certainly made a difference to it. Let's seal all these cuts up. I think it was necessary. It was just too congested in there, too long and straight with a lot of branches. So I think they were necessary cuts. And this ends it. Right. Well, now I see there's a... Well, I'll leave it for... I think that one's dead there. Yes, it was. Right. So let's just show you what I've done. There's the front. In fact, I'm wondering if this branch here is going to be too long. I'm almost tempted to take that back down to here. I think I will. And there is a mark bud there, so cut back to the bud. Right, okay then. So there's the front, coming round here, round to the back, the other side, and back to the front again. Major cutting, I know, but I think it's got to be good for the tree in the end. Right, that one goes back on the bench for the winter, and repotting that in the spring. Right, cheerio for now.